Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle McIntyre.
All right. It's been another...
It's been a while.
Yeah. Long-awaited episode. Sorry. If we miss the one day we can record, we're fucked until next week. So, not trying to do the every 2 weeks. We're trying to get back to every week. But, again, apologize. And last week I was supposed to upload...
I'm not sorry.
I was gonna.
You're the one.
Yeah.
Blaming the viewer.
Yeah. You want to watch this. How
We're
dare you?
victim shaming you right now.
Yeah. But no, thanks for sticking around, sticking with us. We're back at it, but we're going to catch up. Kyle, what's new? I mean, him and I haven't talked in a couple weeks. Kyle, what's new in your world?
We
What's
try
shaking?
not to.
Yeah.
Dude, stop talking to me.
Shut up.
Court ordered.
Yeah.
Restraining order here.
Yeah.
Shut up. Well, as you can see, we talked about it. Yeah, friggin'
You got a new do.
clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't style it really.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Look at
There
me
you
now. This is my emo haircut.
Are you do you do any product in your hair, like pomade or anything?
Yeah, I got something. I went to local CVS and got something. I was looking for Suavecito.
Yeah.
Suavecito. That's how we say it out here in the freaking.
Yeah. Suavecito is good. I like Lay Right. They're both good.
Couldn't find Lay Right.
Yeah.
Saw a shitload of J. Crew. Got to be.
Mhm.
Whatever they had their name
Yeah.
brands. I did get one.
Mhm.
It had a skeleton dude. It had a freaking pomp on there. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's probably more of my
That's
style.
like ripping off Suavecito.
Yeah.
Completely.
It did. It might. I'll look and make sure it's not Suavecito, but I didn't see that. It says it on there, right? It says Suavecito.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I looked on there. I'm like, this.
No, it's
That's what drew me to it. Because I'm like, is that Suavecito? I'm like, no.
well branded.
Yeah.
Suavecito all over that shit.
It
It's
is
good.
CVS.
Yeah, it's good. Same like CVS branded Suavecito. They should get into that. They're not a huge company, and CVS is just like, hey, fuck them.
They just get screwed. Should have had the license that skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the strongest hold with the lowest sheen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want high shine. So
Yeah.
I have a little bit in my hair right now, but
Mhm.
I need to. Probably should have washed my hair this morning, but I was in a rush to get to work. So
yeah,
this is what you got.
This
This is what your boys got.
It's so with convenience of Amazon, you can just order all that shit, Lay Right and Suavecito. I'm sure there's other brands that are all pretty much the same shit, but you can just get Kyle showing it off. It's like, oh, if you think ahead, you can plan and order it, but to me, I'm like, no, I'll run out, and then just I'm out. I'm fucked. There's one shop in San Diego that I can get the pomade from, and I'm like, I gotta go there, but I'm already kind of on my way home. Fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
when I was there, I think so we had that. I maybe talked about it, but that work event where I had to go to a hotel, and stay over, and I had my Lay Right there, and I left it in the hotel room with my favorite hairbrush, hair comb.
Yeah,
which it wasn't a super special comb. It was just kind of cool. It was gold, gold plastic.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I left that and this Lay Right there, which it wasn't a full 10 of Lay Right, right?
Yeah,
but I wasn't.
That shit ain't cheap though. It's not.
No. And I'm sure I could buy it online too. But every time I've been in San Diego, I've gone and bought it from that one store I know has it. And
yeah, because
that's been it.
Yeah, you could just get that shit from Amazon, but I'm never thinking that far ahead.
Yeah.
Let me just get this. I'm on Amazon. I'm like, what do I want to get? Oh, and whatever. Last shit I bought was cables that I needed for charging my camera. But now we're a gear podcast.
I know.
But what?
Dang, Lay Right's gone up. It's $25 on Amazon.
Woo wee! Don't get that.
Yeah, damn.
Unless you get the tub of it, which
and it
that'll
even
last
looks
you
different
forever.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, how much? Yeah, the big ass tub.
I got that. I got that once, and it lasted me a long time. It was great.
The 5-gallon bucket to your door.
Talking about combs here. Been getting into this brand called Kent. They're handmade, and so it's a smoother, comb or whatever. Feels nicer.
How does that make sense? It's handmade, so it's smoother.
They hand carve it. I don't know. I got it made in the UK. In it.
Yeah, with the name Kent. Right, made in fucking Kent.
But yeah, so I got
right on High Street.
So I got this foldable John over here that I can keep on me for my everyday carry. I got the longer.
We
guy.
stock it in the shops on High Street in Kent. You better believe it.
Yeah, there's not much of a difference, but I got it because I'm like, oh, because this is like a high class brand. I'm like, yeah, I'm a high class man. I'm a classic man. Try one of those bad boys. Huh? They're nice. Yeah, anyways, so besides the haircut, looking good, looking sharp. I like it.
Been busy with work. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. But
I did get my backpack here. So this is from Eberly Stock, which is it's like a outfitter, like outdoor outfitter. I like it because it's not like a super huge backpack.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of different functions. It has the ability to put in like a hydro, like a hydration pack in there if you want. It has adjustable arms.
You fill it with Kool-Aid.
Yeah, hell yeah. Put white wine in there.
Yeah.
You can actually move this whole section right here up or down, so you can change the configuration of just even the straps of where they sit, because there's like these black strips here. They're actually like the part it rides in, so you can move it up a little bit, move it down. Which I'll probably move this up.
You got it as. I was texting you. You got that as kind of like an everyday bag kind of deal.
Yeah, this is like EDC bag. It's got a top pouch. I'm gonna have to go over every fucking feature, but it's got like a top pouch up here.
Yeah.
Right now I have another thing that I bought, or actually got this free with it.
Fanny pack kind of deal.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other. I don't know if I can show you, but the way they have even on the inside, they have places to strap things to keep them from moving around, to isolate. I'll show you the main inside. So I think that's probably the coolest part. I'll show you another thing too. So it goes all the way down.
Yeah.
So that if you forget to lock it in place, you can lose all your shit.
Yeah.
It can just fall all the way. I remember, was it the East Packs used to have that? Like the Jan Sports went like halfway down, but the East Packs went all the way. So if you if you left like your zippers up at like 12 o'clock, both of them, and they worked their way down while you were walking, they would dump. It would dump just them out. Dump them. Yes, it would dump them out. So on the inside, there's you have a laptop sleeve,
like a tablet
if you want, or a tablet. There's side panels here too, so you have a.
That's pretty cool. You got a lot of fucking room in there, or storage or whatever. And
then this is where you'd attach your hydration. Yeah. You would run it out. There's a little guy right here, and you run it and hook it to the strap. Which my other pack I have is more like geared towards like backpacking. But pretty much every Surface has these slots here, so you can attach smaller packs on the inside if you wanted to. What I like about this pouch or this pack is right here. There's a hidden spot that you can put like a pistol or a firearm.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you pull your hand out, it has a magnetic clip. So if you listen, it actually will snap back closed.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and you can access that from either side. So, wanted to have that as like a every day when I'm not working. I don't carry when I'm working, which is its own thing. But A lot of spots to put molly panels on the sides here.
Yeah.
I have my Don't Mess with Texas, because I'm a natural born Texan.
Native born. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just, a lot of pouches and stuff, and you put water bottles but, it's a good, I like this thing. It, like I said, I'm going to do some adjustment on it. I guess.
Have you started, using it yet? Like, out and about, or what?
No, I did have, I showed this to you last time I got it, but this is new, but I did put this in it and had this sitting in there. It's just a handgun pistol, but it's in a brace.
Yeah.
Handgun pistol. It's a handgun, and it folds and can go into that pouch, into the backpack, and sits perfectly well, or,
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of why I got it, is so I could carry and also not have it, on
open
my
carry,
person.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if you needed something like that,
Yeah.
Because, not to sugarcoat, but the world is crazy. We've had our own fair share of shootings here, even in Texas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're not immune to that, and
Yeah.
But
we definitely have different ideas of backpack usage and everyday carries or whatever.
Yeah,
because mine,
I got to figure out what else. I want to put a med kit in there too,
and
other things. But
the one that I take to work every day is basically like your mom's purse.
Yeah. It's got a bag of Cheerios in there.
I have mixed nuts in there.
Hell yeah.
I have some change.
Chewing gum? You're not a gum guy.
No, not a gum guy. But I have change in there and some dollars, for in case I need them, or vending machine, And then I have my pocket knife, which is my multi-tool or whatever, which has tweezers in it. Because I think out of that, the most useful thing is going to be tweezers, because you ever get a splinter and you're fucked all day.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then I got floss. I got because you ever
that's good. That's good.
And then
good idea.
I got my little chargers. You got a wall.
Yeah, put a bottle opener in there. Oh, you got one on your multi-tool.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I got one and two on my key ring here. Got got this guy here. So, and then this, so I can just weigh down my pants. And so
you don't have to put that. You can put that in your backpack now.
Yeah, but I like to carry it on my and then
for no reason.
Yeah, and then I got on my key ring, or carabiner. I got my flashlight on there too. I got all that stuff.
You got a flashlight in there?
Yeah, flashlight.
Everyday carry a flashlight.
Flashlight. That's how big it is. Perfect size. It's actually too big if you're asking me.
You're like, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, this flashlight's for the streets. So anyway, so that's
is this a Magnum? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Magnum is 3 inches, by the way, fellas. So.
I just have different.
At least in the gun world.
Yeah. Different. I have different chargers and shit like that I may or may need, and then I have that I mentioned that little gaming console portable thing.
Yeah. Nice.
Because I could bring my Switch, but I'm well, this is more portable. So and then charger bank or whatever, so in case I need whatever. I'm man, so this is not super necessary, but it's fun. It's nice to have when you need it. So,
yeah, you should add this a flash drive. What?
You're add this a gun.
Add this one. Yeah.
What's this one simple thing?
People hate you with this one simple trick. A gun.
Some nickel.
No, get a flash drive.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 32 gig flash drive.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I think I have one. I should just toss it in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in one of your little pouches or whatever.
Yeah, and then a pen and a notepad. That's what I got in there. All these things that I'm these could be useful. It's over half of it I have yet to use, but
yeah,
it's there.
I'm working on mine still.
Battery bank I think is the one that's been the most useful that I've had.
I'm gonna put a ballistic panel in there, which is like a bulletproof
panel.
I That'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah, no, totally. But like our backpacks are totally different looks and
yeah,
like,
I'm in a
design.
fucking war zone out here, dude. Marble Falls is fucking. It's like RoboCop Detroit out here, dude.
Yeah, New Detroit or whatever.
Yeah, New Detroit,
Metro City or whatever.
Yeah.
Mine is the Doughboy, old school look.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, that's a fancy bag. I told you. The coworker, she was like, an older lady, super nice and whatever. She's like, oh my god, I love the bag. This is so nice. And she's like, I'm like, oh yeah, because I just started carrying it to work. To me, I also like it because everything's in there. Put my water bottle in there. Put my lunch. It's I can't forget. If I forget it, then I'm completely fucked. Not really, but. And so I just grab it every day. I like that.
Not literally fucked, because that would be pretty sick. But figuratively. Thanks for clarifying.
So, and then she's like, oh, what is it? It's so nice. And I'm like, oh, it is a nice fucking bag. I'm like,
what's the name of it?
Yeah, she's like, who makes it? Where'd you get it? What's in the name of it? I'm like, I kept trying to avoid it. I'm like, I'm not going to tell like a 60-something-year-old woman. Nutsack.
It's Nutsack.
I'm like, oh, I got it online. What's the name of it? She kept saying, what's the name of it? Oh, and then the phone rang and she had to go went to go answer. I'm like, whew, bye. I'm never talking to you.
I told you, dude.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, I got compliments.
I hate to be the one to say I told you so.
Yeah, but I did.
But I did it.
I done did it. But my other bag that I got, because I got two at the same time because I'm stupid, but also it's like a good move, is the Peak Design one. That's awesome. Awesome camera bag, awesome gig bag. That one I love, and I get so much more use out of the other one. But the other one's like, hey, I see all the other dude managers wearing backpacks. I'm like, that's what I got to do.
Yeah.
Keep it up with the Joneses over here,
Yeah, I probably would take it. I'd put it like on the back of like my truck, like my passenger seat.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have a firearm in it.
Yeah, you're going to work.
Because like I park that thing for hours at a time. I have to go downtown. I would not want, come back with a shattered window. You're like, oh, great.
Yeah.
That's not only do I have to worry about the, stuff stolen, but now I got to file something with, officially there's a firearm that used to be mine that was in there.
Why? Because it was a cool bag. It's everyday carry.
I want that bag back. Keep the gun.
Yeah. Keep them out there. I'll give you more.
No questions asked. Yeah, I'll trade you another one for that bag.
Give me more room in the safe, you know what I'm saying?
It was on sale. This is a good, they had like a July 4th sale, which I've never seen them do before. Mm-hmm. So I've been following this company for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, probably more.
Yeah.
And I've never seen them do like a sale like that big.
Yeah.
So, and then it came with it was like 20% off or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more than that. And then it was
the fanny pack.
I got a free thing. Yeah, the free fanny pack.
Yeah. Which I've been hearing, fanny pack, super popular move. People are doing it.
Yeah, and this one is also meant to carry
a
gun too. There's
what so it has like for your everyday carry a gun.
Guess what? Another gun. so it's like you can move this piece which retains your clip, and you can move it anywhere in here. And then there's also just like a spot for your chapstick
and your gum,
and your gum, and then your gun.
You have
it's not the color I wanted, but it was just like this is the free one.
It's free, yeah.
I wanted that they have a matching color,
and
I'm like, I want that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Sure.
I was suggesting you get like a black one, just so one it's different than some of your other bags, but also it's like less conspicuous.
Yeah,
you see the tactical tan, and you're like, okay, okay.
I just really I know I listened to you. I was like, I'll get the black, and then like the devil on my shoulder was like, "What are you doing? You like, better get that tan. What you're gonna regret doing that."
It's like he's got a point, but fuck him.
Yeah, it was a good point.
It doesn't affect me at all. Yeah, it looks more normal. Like the Peak Design, like my photo and gig bag, it's just a black bag to most people. There's not even really, there's like a logo on it that's really small.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I could add more like pins or something. Like, no, I want it to just be, here's a black bag.
Yeah.
Even though there's like my whole rig is in there. And then I had a gig that all right, I take that back. Why did I even say it like that? I went to go film Train at one of his sets. So it was not a paid like
it's not even yours.
He bought me a beer. He bought me a beer. And then
Stolen Valor. I had a gig.
Yeah, it's not even my gig. He had a
They
gig.
paid pretty good. I got a Bud Light out of it.
But he asked like, "Hey, can you?" Because he's like, "Okay, video wise on my Instagram, I'm not that good." He's like, "Can you help me out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." Like he's my boy, obviously. So and I'm gonna go all out. So I'm like, let me do 3 cam.
It's your boy. It's your boy Austin.
Yeah, 3 cam setup at Thorn Brewery in North Park. It's cool.
Yeah,
Actually, a really cool spot. So and because it's the job, he crushed, obviously.
Oh, fine.
And then so I had my 3 camera setups. I had the one in the middle, one on the corner, and then I had one handheld that I was going around. Like I told talked to the guy who running the show. Do you mind if I go and just move around, capture different shots? And he's like, yeah, go for it. And then so I'm doing that, and then each one had the mics on them and all stuff like that, capturing audio. And then I had like a whole setup out of my backpack, and then tripods and all that shit like that. And then other comics were like looking at like, this is great. Are our sets getting filmed tonight? No, I'm only recording Train.
Yeah.
And then
wah wah. I don't really want to tell you, but no.
And after like Train, like he really like there's a couple stinkers in the beginning, and then Train came up. He was doing a middle slot. He's like, oh, I thought I was like doing like supporting like a maybe 15-20 minute set, but I'm like, oh, I did a 10. But I'm like, yeah, it's still good, and you can get clips out of that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I he really kind of like brought the show to like more energy to it, and then they finished strong. But the other comics, the headliner, he was like, oh, I had a beer, and then he like I was in the corner, like packing up my shit. He was coming up to me, like there's no one around me, and then like he's kind of just like watching the show, drinking a beer, and then I could tell he was like about ready to be, hey, are you gonna da-da-da? And then he saw me take the lens off the camera and cap it, and then take the other one off. He's like, oh, he's packing up. He's like, I'm like, he was about to ask like, hey, can you film my set for free? I'm like, no.
No.
I was about ready to hit him with a big no.
Was it the Bugs Bunny? No.
Yeah, because he was probably like thinking, oh great, there's a fucking film crew here, which is just me. But I'm like,
professional film crew,
3 camera angle or whatever. And then he was like gonna ask like me to film his set. I'm like, no. Even though he wasn't packing up, I'm like, no, that's gonna be a big no.
Yeah.
So it was fun, but I'm
fellas.
like, as to mention about the bags, I'm like, that bag worked out perfectly. Everything fit, and I had like kind of my own individual baggies and cushioning for each camera. But that Peak Design thing, which I need to add on to it, has like cubbies that you can add and strap into there, so you can each like camera can have its own little like protected unit. So it's not like one thing you don't want to do is like, hey, here's a big bag, throw 3 cameras with lenses in there and shake them around.
They make side panels for these like a tube style that you can attach to the molly, so you extend out to here if you really wanted to like I guess you wouldn't really want to backpack with this, but you run them through some of these supports.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. I like it.
They're on this side too, but yeah, that's cool. I guess other than this,
you can tell like how nerdy and like stoked I've been on backpacks. And I'm like, this is cool
you're
stuff.
More stoked about backpacks than Dora the Explorer.
Yeah. More like Bora the Explorer over here.
Oh, got him. More like Snore the Explorer. Anyways,
except when you're around, it's more like.
Well, yeah, of course. I just emit that.
Yeah.
Energy.
It was a who.
It's a horror. It's flying into San Diego again. There's horror again. No, so I did get some new games. They're not new. They're old.
Yeah.
I got. I don't know if I talked about these already, but Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5 I've been playing, but I got another one. I got Riven.
What's that?
Which, it's a game from like 1996.
Wow. Okay.
But it's like a it used to be, and it's a puzzle game, right? It still is a puzzle game, but they've remastered it.
Yeah.
And instead of like before, it was like 5 discs. You had to like, oh, okay, if you thought like going between 2 discs was bad, like on some of the games that came out like on 360, I think it was LA Noire was 2 discs.
Oh, really?
You go between, This is 5 discs, and like, so the way it worked is it's like a big area. You click. It's not necessarily free roam. It's not free roam at all. It's you click and you can travel between places, like islands.
Mm-hmm.
But every island is a different disc.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, I'm going to this island. You get on this tram, you go across, and before you get out, you put the new disc in. And if you're like, oh shit, I forgot to write down something, or I have to go back to the other island and hit a switch. Well, you gotta travel back on the other disc you just changed out, and then when you get back there, put the other disc back in.
Wow.
It's like 96, and I
I
think my computer I had barely ran it. Like it ran it, but I think that was like the most, and most everything was like a video clip. So like the riding on the tram was like a 3D rendering of like is a video, but like when you clicked, it just like you move forward through the scene.
Yeah.
And every scene was like a new render. It's not like it was just zooming in, but it's a puzzle game. I got this one, and this one you can use like WASD and might actually move around, and then click things, and then they redid the like you're talking to someone. It's actually like you're still moving in your space, and they're like a animated character instead of like a video cutscene, which everything was like a fucking video. Any action that happened was always like you could always sense when something's gonna happen because it was like a video would it changed a little bit. You're like, okay, I'm in a cutscene.
Like video games where it's like they just showcase the cutscenes and not actual gameplay. It's like, this game sucks.
Yeah, not actual gameplay. Oh, cool, sick. But it's a cool game. I mean, I've it's I should have played it better or written down notes and stuff because like I thought I could just like reference like, oh, I'm stuck. Let me just reference this part and cheat, and then I get to the part where it's like, this sequence of buttons is unique to every gameplay playthrough. I'm like, fuck. So I got to actually figure out what the buttons are.
Like for games, look up like not cheats, but like playthroughs of like, what do I do here? Like,
yeah, sometimes even on like my mobile. So that kind of game is actually, I figured out why I like to play those like escape games. That's kind of what it is. It's like,
I want to escape my reality.
Do this code, find the key to the door. You know, it's because of this game. Okay. I started playing this game when I was like I don't know, 98. So I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, or whatever. I think when it was brand new, my uncle just gave it to us, and it's cool because it's like very immersive. You're like on this island or on these chain of islands that are like floating in space, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird concept, but they like worship this guy. They think he's a god, but he's actually just like a dude who's taking advantage of these people. And he's just a scientist. And, it's weird. It's weird science kind of stuff mixed with like mythological. They worship him, so he's like a god.
Yeah.
But he's just like studying anyways. He's a bad guy still. But I know I kind of went off there, but all the time, like on some of these stupid games, I'm playing on my phone. I'm like, fuck, why can't I fucking finish this? Type it in online, and I'm like, oh, duh. I didn't click this one spot and find this thing,
Yeah.
But it's a very immersive game. But
sometimes I'll just get lost. I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, well, let's just look up a fucking playthrough or whatever. I'm like, oh, good thing, because I would have never figured that out. And then it's like, well, you're not playing the game because you. I'm like, I'm fucking stupid. Okay, let me just fucking be a dumbass.
Or yeah, like in this game, I'm like, I've done this. And a lot of the stuff I've just kind of done from either a little bit of memory, but like some of it's new. They've added to the game too. I'm like, I've done all these things. I've done the 5 things to make this thing light up.
Mm-hmm.
Why won't it won't do the thing that I think it's gonna do? And then I'm looking around, and I'm like, fine. I'll look up the walkthrough or whatever, and I'm like, it's like hit the button, blah blah blah. Button? There's no fucking button. I look, there's a button that I didn't see on like a railing. Like you're on a catwalk and there's like a button on the. I'm like, and it's blue. It's like light. It's like bright. I'm like, I just didn't fucking see it. I'm like, I throw my keyboard at the computer. I don't have a controller to throw it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So it's a cool game. It's interesting, and it was pretty. It was a good price, and it's like completely remastered, and they've added stuff too. So to make more sense, I think, because some things were just implied.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you travel, you go through this thing and you travel through the map and now you're at this point, but they actually show, like, you actually could walk through that area now.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We mentioned on, the like Patreon or whatever, finished Paper Mario, so I'm in between games right now. So there's always like, I don't know, fun, just like, not like popcorn movies or popcorn shows, but like popcorn games, you could say, where you're like, I'm just playing this, like, in the meantime. I cut in and out whenever I want. Like, to me, like, Crash Bandicoot is that way. But beat it as a kid. I'm like, I'll just play it through as an
play
adult.
some, like, arcade-style game.
Mm-hmm. Or Tetris.
Yeah.
Good times. But, yeah.
Tetris. Ugh. Might as well play chess.
I have that on my Switch, too.
Yeah, chess is on.
Well, because I got it with my Nintendo points I had. Come on.
Steam was having a sale for stuff, so I bought some things.
Nier Automata?
No, I don't want to play that.
Try it.
Stupid.
No, it's
bull.
I'm gonna keep just digging at you until you do it.
I don't wanna. You can't make me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that's kind of my what's new. I mean, I've not really been up to a whole lot. Just kind of those like waiting for the weekend kind of weeks.
Yeah.
Just like get me through this.
Just work. Just
get
fucking.
me through this.
Just served a ration of shit every day.
Say bitch, I'm kind of alive, baby. Yeah, just dishing out, just eating shit the whole week.
Yeah, and then you're like, God damn, it's the weekend, and then you're like, fuck, back Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear
shit,
you.
Well, we recorded like after July 4th, right?
Yeah.
What was it, July 7th we did last?
I think so.
Fuck.
So it's been a minute, yeah.
It's been a while. But yeah, this weekend I got plans to work on my car.
Yeah.
I gotta clean all the bugs from around the house. Since there's like, fly, like a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of freaking flies and shit, whatever, because of the summer, and we've had some rain. That there's just so many spiders just hunkering down.
Yeah.
The hell yeah, they're looking big.
Yeah.
They're looking plump.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're eating good.
Yeah, so I gotta fix my windows on my Vic still. I haven't done that because it's been hot enough where you walk outside, you're like, not today.
Not
please.
today. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I did get some new tools.
Yeah.
Like not DeWalt, but I did get some Harbor Freight stuff that I've actually been eyeballing for years from a different brand, and then now they had one that was like half or more than half the price. And for like it was on sale, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a barrel style sander. So it's like, it looks like a grinder in the way that it's formed, but it has a rotating sander. Got one of those. It's a plug-in, but I'm gonna use that I gotta do in the future. I gotta redo the top of the Vic. It's starting to flake off. And then I'll be able to use it on the El Camino. Yeah. Right? And it also helps removing paint if you're going to do some touch-up welds or whatever, because I got some holes in the El Camino I got to work on, just some patches and stuff. So, but other than that, I mean,
got some workout cut out for you.
Yeah, and it's gonna be I think it's gonna be less hot coming up here. So, but fuck it, just do it.
No, it's fucking July. Are you kidding me?
Just
August
just go
is gonna
out
be
there.
hot as
just
shit.
Be a man. Be a man.
You walk outside for 2 minutes. It looks like somebody dumped a bucket of water on you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways, what do you got?
So just real quick, got a new watch.
Oh, ooh,
yeah.
Parent company. Actually, it's the same company, but that I have. Got the Casio.
What's the I don't know, Illuminator or whatever it is. It's a cheap watch that I think looks cool. Like it's kind of retro, 90s, 80s kind of deal. It was like $19. I remember what I saw. It must have been some YouTube video. Somebody's like, "Oh, talking about like everyday carry or whatever that they have on them." And I'm like, "Okay, $19. That's not bad at all. Do I need another watch? No. Do I need a watch? No. On both cases." But I was like, "Okay."
Do I ever need to tell the time? Not really.
Well, I see it and I'm like, "Okay, it's not." But it's like it looks like kind of like a fancy watch because it has metal band. Little deal. I like doing it to where you keep it loose so you can do this. Or keep that.
I hate it when it's loose.
I'm doing it like Uncle Hank on fucking Are You Garbage? He's got his Hamilton watch and he keeps it and he just does this all the time. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good move. It's good to kind of, I don't know, fidget spinner kind of deal, whatever that kind of twitch you can do.
I guess, yeah.
Like, oh, get that, and you kind of do that. Anyways, hey, everybody's different. So I had a cheap $19 watch, and I've gotten like 2 compliments on it. People say, "Oh, I like the watch. It's pretty cool, looking good." I'm like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Oh, it's a little cheap watch I got on Amazon." It's like, that's even better. That's great. And then
tell him that Kyle
sent you.
Kyle sent
Casio is Kyle's brand for sure. And I have gotten, like I said, 2 compliments, which is not a lot, but it's more than 0 that I've gotten on this watch.
Yeah, you actually got what's the opposite of a compliment? Fucking razzed with your other from me.
Yeah, like this guy, my Timex Expedition with the fucking leather, full grain leather band from the neighbors to the north, Canada. And I'm like, this is like, to me, because it just looks like a watch. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it's like
the other one's chrome or stainless. It catches your eye.
It has like a style. It's like,
yeah.
It's been kind of like every day I'll switch between the 2. And then I'm like, I'm not a watch guy, but maybe I'm becoming a watch guy. But it just proved Kyle right that I'm like, try Casio. He said, try Casio. I'm like, dude, it's fine. I don't want any Casio. I don't want the fucking whatever the hell he has. Like the
sometimes you fight my logic, but
sometimes
comes back around.
I know,
get you.
But the thing is, I'm a man enough, big enough to admit that I was wrong and Kyle was right.
So you'll never get that out of me.
Yeah.
You say you're man enough, and I don't even listen to that.
But yeah, so I'm like,
I'm a bitch. You'll never get
I'm
that.
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover.
I'm a chain.
But I mean, music wise, I finally started recording the bass for the Just in Case EP. And
did I finally inspire you to do something about your life?
Well, that, and I think the guys were like, "Hey, Gower, you bass done yet? Hey, Gower, bass done yet?" And even Brian's like, "I can come over there and I'll
beat your ass."
No, he just punches me in the gut, and I just fart and fall
let
over.
Let that be a lesson to you.
And then he drives home. But he's like, "Oh, if you want me to engineer it, like I can do that. Like I'll, it's like, oh, kind of the whole thing of like, oh, I know sometimes just engineering yourself." And I'm like, that's not the problem. It's just like, giving me something I've talked about this before, but giving me something without a deadline is the worst thing. That's how I work. I'm like, if I don't have a deadline, I'll keep kicking that can. I hate that about myself. I'm trying to stop doing that, but I'm like,
that's the best part about you, though.
Like putting things off, and just like I've mentioned, last couple podcasts, but I'm like, the whole like learning how to edit like a 3-camera podcast for Austin's deal. And I like had roadblocks, and it pissed me off, and I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. And so like I finally like took the step, which is like took me maybe like all together of the research and learning maybe an hour and a half or less, and I learned how to do it, and I didn't want to because I'm like,
excuse me,
nobody was telling me like, hey, get this done by this time. Hey, get this done by this time. I'm like,
yeah,
which is
I
like,
get it.
So I just never did it, and so anyways. So now with the recording bass, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it later. Yeah, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. I'm like, fuck. It's been like a month. Yeah. Anyway, so I got, let me just say, I'm like, ooh, I got to practice more.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing and practicing once a week when we have band practice. And I'm like, fuck, that's not good. That's not good.
That's what I did. Look at me now, dude.
Look at me. Champ.
I moved on.
Big and better things.
Yeah.
Look at all these guitars on the wall.
What's that from? I never did that, and look at me. And you're like, oh my God.
So, anyway, so I'm like, because I was recording, and then I was like,
I never went to college, and look at me.
Yeah.
I'm a success.
But there was like a song that I'm like, this shouldn't be hard. And I'm like, just listening to it, I'm like, man, I'm just not on it. So I honestly had to.
It's the Orange County mentality.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's Jack Black.
Yeah.
I never went to college, man. Look at me.
Yeah, he's just in his whitey tighties.
I'm fucking sick, dude. He has the ideas with the t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I just great idea with t-shirts where it says like, whatever. It says, boo booyah.
Yeah. He's just a loser.
She said it was an electric fire. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
She was in there. She was saying, "I'm gonna burn this mother down."
Crazy
she had a
bitch.
lighter and everything. She said it was an electric fire. Oh yeah, it totally was.
That's what it was. I don't remember that. I remember that movie, like trailers for that movie being way like funnier than the movie was.
I love
was all right.
The movie was good. I liked the movie.
Right. But I remember it being like the funniest, like this is gonna be the funniest fucking thing. And I watched it, I'm like, this is good, but you know.
I don't know. Some of the jokes were subtle, where it's like, oh my God, someone's gotta do something about it. I'm gonna make a petition. No one cares about all the seals beaching themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like the seals that can get in and out of water.
Yeah.
The seals are beaching themselves, and it's horrible.
Yeah. But
the gopher and
yeah. So, just noticing like, because when you isolate your bass, and how loud you have it in the mix, I'm like, man, do that again. I got to do that again.
Yeah.
So far, I got 2 songs done, but out of the 4, I'm like, one of them I'm probably gonna redo. But I'm like, all right, this is like when you're super isolated. I'm like, and the thing is, I'm like, not that it wasn't before or never has been, but I'm like, for this one, I feel like the stakes are bigger because I'm like, it's going to a producer.
Nice, bigger stakes.
Nice stakes.
Nice, bro. New York strips, my favorite.
Get them rare plus.
Yeah, rare plus, rare plus.
But I'm like, I don't want to just like, hey, who the fuck is this bass player? Although I know, like a lot of times bass they tuck in the mix and stuff like that, so you're not gonna hear everything. But like
that is my biggest peeve. Actually, I'm like, I fucking worked so hard on that, and I can't even fucking hear it.
Yeah, with my tone that I'm doing now this time, because I just find that I'm like, what my normal or my go-to thing for like live is like really high gain. I'm like, I'm hearing so much noise, and it just like this is not like Ben Moore is gonna be not happy with this. So I cleaned up my act. So a little different. So I'm doing my P bass, but just like cleaner, just good sounding bass tone, but no, almost not drivey, like high gain or anything at all. And then that made it actually a lot easier to record. Because when you hear the of your hands on the strings, I'm like, all right, isolated. I mean, in the mix, it should be fine, but also I don't want to rely on that just being buried.
Well, because you can always add that later.
Yeah.
If you, I guess
you can always add more gain, but you can't take it away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to ask you this. So when you record guitar or bass, like now, I know you've done it differently in the past. Are you using headphones or are you doing monitors like your speakers?
No, I do headphones.
Okay.
Yeah, so I record. Yeah, I record with headphones, either guitar or if I'm just messing around, I'll play. If I'm trying to find just like kind of play to it, sometimes I like to play with just the monitors, but usually it's headphones. Mm-hmm. I feel like I can hear more depth with the headphones.
No, you're using the same headphones that you're doing now.
Yeah,
that was the Audio Technicas.
Yeah, I probably could use a new set.
What about in-ears? Have you done that?
No, I have not.
But you didn't get super used to using the in-ears, right?
No.
You didn't really like them. Okay.
I don't feel like I was really getting the full sound.
Mm-hmm. They're flat, for sure.
Yeah.
But when I was recording Adam on guitar, he preferred to use his in-ears, which are the same. We all use the Shure 215s or whatever they are.
Well, that's the other part is I don't even know where those really are. So
they are probably within the state, maybe.
Yeah, they got to be here somewhere.
That sucks. But I mean, I guess you didn't really even like them, so you're like, I'll find them eventually. But it's like that's $100.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. I'm fucking rolling.
No sweat off my sack.
No sweat. No sweat off my sack.
But so Adam was doing that, and so today I was like kind of just getting things going, and I'm like, I'm not playing the best that I can. It's probably the equipment. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I switched to like
parents don't understand. They're the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I only switched to monitors for this. I'm like, nope, that's still not working. You know what? I need to play with my in-ears because I practice and we play with in-ears. So that's going to be the most live thing. I'm just talking to myself. Nobody's here, Brian. So I've been doing that.
You don't have to showboat for anyone.
And it was actually, it was all right. Yeah. So I've been doing that. And then also this one. What do you think about this? Sitting or standing? While you're playing.
I can do both. Usually, I would stand to play.
Mm-hmm. At home, when you're doing it there, are you sitting or standing?
I'm sitting.
Okay.
So I get on my fucking tasty licks, dude. What are you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found for the most part, I'm like I was sitting, and then I'm like, oh, I felt more comfortable to stand. But also, this is where it's like the little caveat. I raised my strap more, but I was still standing.
Definitely do that.
There's certain things I'm like, nobody's here, but I found like I'm still like moving and grooving while I'm playing. And so I'm like, this is for nobody. This is audio only. I'm like, but I'm doing it and that helps me play better. Isn't that stupid? It's like the whole thing of like, I had a guy is like, why don't you tap your foot? This is why you're off time because you're not tapping your foot. I'm like, I've never tapped my foot.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's like you can still listen to the click or the drums.
Yeah.
You don't have to tap to feel it, to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tap when I'm, maybe if I'm on stage, I do, but
like
not
the moves.
Like, not,
Okay. And you always kind of have been like the human metronome.
Loosey goosey.
Well, yeah, you cut a rug just for the crowd,
No.
He's a showman. He's a showman. You're up there.
Step right up. See the goofy goober.
You're always the showman. It's like, fly me to the moon.
Yeah. Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin. Yeah, I've always been one of those types. Go daddy or blow daddy. Yeah, that'd be me.
But yeah, definitely. I'm like, getting it going, getting my stuff in, and then also gear wise, put flat wounds. I mentioned it months ago. I finally did it. I put flat wounds on my Birdo bass here, and they're so new that I honestly, like, recording wise, I couldn't tell a difference like
God
sound wise, but like feel wise, I'm like, man, I think they're
super smooth.
Well, they're like my hands like are getting caught on them because I've played flat rounds before, but I think my grease needs to get into them because I'm like they're not super slick.
Get some of that Suavecito.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Slap it all over.
Yeah, get some Murray's. That's what I need on
here. That make them sticky.
But
that sticky icky.
I was like playing it. I'm like, it doesn't sound like I was expecting flats to sound like farty and just boomy, bassy, and just like I don't know. That's muddy. I was expecting that because I'm like, that's like the boom, boom, boom. It was nothing like bam, it's like
there's no treble to it.
The attack isn't there. And then like because I wanted the bass to have something different, I'm like, let me try flats. Like the Birdo, I'm like, let's put some flats on here to see if it's more of a vintage sound or something different. Just not that I'm going to use for the band. I don't know. It can be a sound, right? And then I think because maybe the strings are so new. Like I know flats are ones that people are like, I've had these on here for 7 years.
Yeah.
Because they're not super aggressive pick. You don't use a pick when you're using flats. You're just like finger style. And you're not even really popping with the flats or anything, right? So I'm like, I know Johnny's he's had flats on his like one of his P basses for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The more dull and boom boom boom, the better it is. Kind of more thuddy sound than hear some of the click and stuff like that. And so I think over time these will change for me. But to me, I'm like, I was even just because I had the whole recording set up. Like play this, and I'm like through it, and I'm like, wow, this still sounds super punchy. It could be because for the Birdo bass and audio listeners, it's a bass made by Justin Motonder Jones, and
it got a TV Jones pickup,
TV Jones humbucker in the P bass position. So it's like a really like kind of a humbucker in a punchy position of the P bass. Like P bass found that magic. That's where you get the tone. But I'm like, yeah, this is it'll be a fun experiment, something different. I don't know. You don't gotta hate the kid. I'm trying something new, huh? But I've been one to like not ever like flat ones. Now I have some on the bass. I'm like, let's ride this out. Let's ride the lightning. But so that's kind of what's new.
Well, I got something on the bass topic still.
Yeah, we may be able to run this without an actual topic.
So I tried something new on my just with writing, right? So I try and make like a new song, or I guess it's not like, all right, today you have to make a new song before you go to sleep tonight. No, I just try and mess around and try and make something. But I did make a synth song, whatever.
Okay.
I had gone back through and been working on songs, and then I had an idea, just like a brand new idea. So, but with the bass in mind, I had a synth that I kind of liked the sound for, but I didn't want to go through you can there's like infinite tweakability in some of these programs where you're like, oh, you do this, you do that, you do that, and you get really lost in that, and you're like, I made this thing that sounded cool before, made it sound really shitty. I don't know what I did. Like that's because I don't really know what I'm doing in a lot of these. You're like, oh, I'm adding the LFO. I'm adding the rate on this. Some of these settings you're like, what the fuck is that? But I like the sound, like the bass sound of this, like the root, I should say, or like the gist of this. And so I'm like, but it needs more sound. It needs more oomph to it. So I added it through like I reamped it basically. I put the synth. I put the Ampeg app that I have on here, just like the plugin, the basic one, the one that I got for free. When I screw that, we're gonna add the driven bass. We're gonna run the input super high and run the run it through an 810, and then just kind of tweak it from there. I'm like, this sounds a lot cooler. So I've been doing that, and then I'm like, all right, well, let's see. I have the amp also from the line 6 one. So I'm like, let's take this synth, and I'll put one on the left side and one on the right side, barely, and we'll kind of blend them that way. Just not like super far pan, but just a little bit. And I'm like, oh, this sounds pretty cool. It's a little, I think it's a little overbearing right now in the song, but I'm like, it's kind of a cool idea. Like reamping a synth through a amp, like a real life amp,
or like
and it's so far it's worked. I don't know. I can send you the song I made it, for.
Yeah, and we'll punch it in at the end here.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of just the idea. It's only like a minute and like 20 seconds, but it has the bass lines pretty much the whole time. Yeah, so you'll hear it. It's a faster paced synth song, but so as of right now, I'm trying to I'm compiling songs that I'm like, okay, I like that one. Let's put them together. And I'm doing actually songs I want to release with Sunrunner, and then I'm sending new songs. I'm compiling songs that I've done just as ideas that maybe you or Brian might catch it. Oh, that's actually pretty cool, or hey, you've done this before.
Yeah.
I know that fucking riff. What are you doing? I need that help because sometimes it's like, you've done this. We've done it even before when we're playing together in the same city. You're like, you've done this riff.
The same riff.
You've done this progression before. Have I? Yeah, but you're just like you're just up, move it a different octave.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Yeah, you're right.
Instead of A, it's B now.
Yeah, you just half step up, you idiot. Yeah. So, it's helpful to I think listen and give some feedback also. But I'm compiling, like I said, synth songs and adding more kind of every day.
Yeah.
And going back through and adding something I think was missing, or redoing the guitar parts, or I'm like, oh, I have, like I've talked about before, I have this plugin. Why haven't I used it on this? Oh, because I made this song 2 years ago, and maybe I'll expand on it now. So I've been doing that because I want to release another, maybe even a full length. Because I have a shitload. I mean, I have like 15 or so, actually more like 20 songs that I could, 22, just ideas. Some of them are like a minute long, but some of them are like full, like 3-minute songs. So I'll hopefully get that out soon, but it's like a slow process because
I don't know. You're a lot better than me at just like recording. Just getting something down.
Yeah.
To me, if it's not the perfect situation, I don't want to do it.
Because that tells me that your recording program sucks dick.
No, it's just like even like
you stand behind it even though you hate it too.
Yeah, no. I mean, Pro Tools sucks, but I'm like, I don't want to. I'm stuck. I don't want to
talking shit about my shit.
It's more me that I'm like, oh, just like anything that's like a barrier to entry. Which I have very little. To record bass, I connected 2 cables. I guess 4. So, but I'm like, it was super simple. Like I had it all. And I'm like,
yeah, you have to, the mood's got to be just right. You got to put the slider down on the light and light some candles.
And I got to make sure it's hot as shit.
Get some potpourri out. Is it hot as shit? No, I'm not recording.
Is it hot and muggy as shit? Yeah.
I only work when it's hot as shit.
I thought you were saying like instead of potpourri, I thought you were saying like I need to get some po' boys up in here.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, hell yeah!
That's the mood.
That's the mood
you're trying to get to.
Some shrimp po' boys. That's what we do. But so I want to keep talking about bass, but also like for your SM7B here, does it just get covered in cat hair? Because I had one.
I don't let them in this room.
Okay, because
they break in sometimes.
they kick the door down.
They know they know there's one room that they haven't been in.
It's like
they're not really allowed to be.
Yeah, because there's too many things that they could just fuck up in there.
Yeah, crawling over stuff, knock things down. But it's funny, they know they're not supposed to be here. So like they're
like lightly stepping.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
yesterday. So this door, I have to pull it and then pull it up a little bit for it to latch a little bit. And Phoebe had pushed, so I hadn't done that. Phoebe had pushed the door open. She walked in, and I saw her and just turned in the corner. And I'm like, Phoebe, you're supposed to be here. She like, oh, and turns around and runs out. I'm like, that's funny. I mean, I'd love for them to just kind of hang out in here, but yeah, I just don't want cat hair all over. I mean, it's like the one place in the house that doesn't have cat hair.
And also,
over
they're bad.
Everything.
Also, they're bad. It's like they're like, hey, something I can knock over here.
Yeah, she loves to knock over like cups of water. I don't keep
what
like she
That's
does.
a problem.
Yeah, well, she wants to make sure that it's like she wants to drink it, but she wants to make sure that it's like actually like water and moving.
Yeah,
she'll do it with her with the bowl too. She'll touch the water, but she'll do it until it falls over.
Yeah.
So there's Carrie uses like a special cup, like a certain cup, not special, certain cup we got at like Target. We have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
But sometimes she'll drink and she'll leave it on the table, and she goes, "All right." Even though I have a water bowl, and also I'm a bad cat daddy. I let her drink out of the faucet in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, because they like the aerated water.
Yeah,
right?
they like it run. She likes it when it's moving. Yeah, like the moving water. Because we tried using like the water that like in a pump that moves around. She didn't fall for it.
She's like, nah, I'm good.
She's like, what the fuck is this?
The fuck is this?
What the hell is this, man? You think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
Smashes it. But yeah, she'll knock over those cups, like the plastic cup.
Yeah.
And so sometimes come in, Carrie has just put it down with water and ice, and I'll see like ice on the ground. I'm like, no. It's like 20 ounces of water all over the ground.
You like, God damn it.
I know. Why are you like this?
Yeah. But I'm like, just cat hair. I'm like all over my mic. I was like,
yeah, I watch, was it Donut Operator? And like, he must not see the side of his microphone. Like he has the same mic, and it's just covered in cat hair, dog hair. And he's got like 3 dogs and 2 cats or something.
That shit just gets everywhere. But anyways,
anyways.
As far as like
a little bit
base, a base topic here. So that's probably what we'll do today. I'll end it out. Talking more about bass. I started watching Matt Freeman from Rancid.
Damn.
He's got a bass channel on YouTube, which is not super high quality, production or anything. Probably like maybe just a camera and the camera's mic or whatever. He'll talk about like playing his bass lines and kind of like a walkthrough of it, and then also he'll do like gear rundown or whatever. And he's just playing like MXR pedals and
the
Fender Bassman amps. He's actually even moved, I think, to one of his his band, but also like a side band that he's in. Like they're more of like a bar gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, just Fender the solid state Bassman. He's like, that's what I'm using.
Wow.
I'm like,
it's a lot lighter.
And then I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I got and then he even shows like his 70s, like the iconic like Matt Friedman bass. And he shows like, oh, these are some of the things that I did to it. I bought it here. This is what's wrong with it. He's like, he said, things broken off and replaced with wrong parts. But he's like, oh, this is what it is. And then he's like, oh, there's like 007 like movie like poster cut out from a magazine that he just duct taped or like moving taped
shipping tape.
Yeah, shipping taped onto the bass. I'm like, been here since the 90s. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, just him walking through it, and then him just playing, like a playthrough of a bass track or whatever. I'm like, man, this he's good. And there's another YouTube channel that I'm like, oh, I've been watching more bass channels. I guess this is where I'm.
Oh, so
now
what's
a
that
loser.
one dude? You're playing that slap of the bass guy, the Italian dude.
No, you could miss me with that guy. There's one that I'm like, I can like it sometimes. It's called Low End University, where it's like a guy who went to school for music and jazz and stuff like that. He's actually like, people suggest like, hey, listen to this band. So he's like, I didn't grow up listening to ska or punk or anything like that, so I never gave it a shot. So hey, listen to Maxwell Murder from Rancid. He's like, okay, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And he's like, okay. he's playing like a 5-string kind of like, bass that like, like he's like, okay, he's playing along to it and learning it. It's like once they went to like the bass solo, he's like, what? This is a bass solo in like a less than 2-minute long song. He's like, well, this guy's going off. He's like, this is punk rock. This is a punk thing. You guys do this. And to me, it's kind of funny to like listen to like, hear some guy in real time reacting to a song.
Yeah.
And then like, like he went to school for that shit. He's like, oh, it's like have, professional bassist. And then I listen to like punk rock. People like listen to Chick Magnet. He's like, okay. He's like, this is punk. Kind of stuff like that.
Kinda, not really. But yeah.
Like, like a pop punk band. But I'm like, yeah. Chick Magnet, it's from a pop punk band. And then Philip Conrad, which I had mentioned, which is like Rhett Scholl's like bass player or bass player he's worked with.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I've been digging more bass like YouTube content.
Philip Conrad sounds more of like a cigarette brand, but yeah.
He just
do smoke Philip Conrad.
He's just like ripping heaters. All right, guys.
Great taste.
Yeah.
More nicotine than the next.
Yeah. So I'm just like, so I know I'm like, a loser now. I love bass playing. I love watching bass gear stuff. Like gear, I don't know, not just bass gear, but even just bass talking about bass. I'm like, yes, quite. This is good.
Yeah, you're more degenerate than I thought you were, Brian.
I'm losing it. I'm guitar. I'm like, ew, please.
6 strings. What's that?
Every time I see a guitar.
I only use 2 strings on my 4-string.
Yeah, it's a little move that you can do if you want to cheat and be a shitty bass player like me. Is tape off D and G and recording so that you don't have any of those vibrations.
Oh,
because I'm like 2 songs I recorded. I'm like, I don't use any of those. Tape them off, dump them out.
Just cut them off.
You don't even need them. Fuck them.
Cut them off when they're under tension, so it fucking snaps the freaking neck.
Cut them off at the pass. Anyways, we're at an hour. Let's bring it in. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast, a weekly podcast that gets released bi-weekly. We will... We're trying to get better. We're trying to do better. We're trying to make this shit work. But, work is...
What you gonna do, right?
Work is just jamming us up.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah, we talked to our manager and say, this is really important.
And they said no.
And they say...
No.
Yeah. we got them all in the same room, and we, hey, we have this really important idea. We're going to do a podcast.
We've been doing a podcast, and we want to keep doing it. So...
We got a podcast.
So, what do you think? And they're like, no.
Don't do it.
Oh.
You're never going to be as good as Joe. That's the tough question.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
How does it make you feel? Oh. All right. What
thank you for tuning in. The podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We got a Facebook group, which is bumping. We got shit going on over there.
Hell yeah, dude.
We got Instagram.
We got Tony keeping it alive.
Yeah, he's just the lifeblood.
I posted today.
Yeah, Tony.
Whatever.
Shout out.
It's not a big deal.
Tony DeGraw, he's the lifeblood of the podcast over here.
Yeah.
And then if you want to follow us on Instagram, I've been lagging on posting, but I'm gonna get it on it. I'm doing it. Okay.
You always say that.
I know.
I don't believe you.
I have 3 cameras and I haven't been using a damn one to take photos.
Yeah, take a picture of your birdo right after this.
I won't.
How about that? Take a picture with the flats on it now.
Yeah.
Nice close picture with good light.
Yeah.
Post that.
Get that going.
Okay. How hot is it?
I'm the idea man here.
Yeah. Because it's great is. I have tons of guitars too, but a shitty camera, so I can't do anything. Sorry, I can't post to that.
And then, gonna be posting cool shit on the reg over there, so go follow us on Instagram. Both of those are linked in the description. And if you want to watch the video podcast, you can do so on YouTube. Give us a sub. Give us a dumb over there. We're doing a video podcast content over there, video vlogs and different things over there. And if you really like the show, you can help support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And we miss episodes here on the main, but we don't miss them on Patreon. I'm going to actually post maybe like a bonus episode or two here on the main just so you can hear what you're missing, some of the good stuff. Behind the paywall stuff. Stuff that is too risque, like Girls Gone Wild stuff. Over there on Patreon. But
it's Girls Gone Wild, but for your ears.
Yeah. But
oh baby.
You get an extra episode every week, and just for $1 a month, we give you a shout out. So $2 a month gets you the episode. I don't know, did I say that? I fucked it up. But
I don't care. Keep going.
Who fuck off? Who cares?
Fix it in post.
Yeah. I will fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
But $2 a month, extra episode, $1 a month. And plus, get you a shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it right here.
Why don't you give it to...
I have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and Red 4, his synth project. Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Joe from the Like Mind Network, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, also the Just Parsley podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I got Teletalks. RJ Smith, also Televised Neon, Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle,
Nothing like
Kevin E. Quits.
Room temperature Bud Light seltzer.
Oof,
hits the spots. Because it just doesn't stay cold, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, not good.
I had like koozies or something.
I had 2 black cherry White Claws. I haven't had White Claws in a while.
Primo. Nice.
And then I got this guy, the local. You guys don't have this.
Real nice. Real nice. Oh, yeah. Is it the Beer King Brewery? That's the name of it, right?
Yeah, Bear King Brewing.
Yeah, that's a nice spot over there. Just a stone's
Foggy
throw.
Eyes. It's a hazy IPA.
Yeah, you could
anyways
throw a football and hit that place from your spot.
I got a Did I finish Kevin E. Quits from Quits Guitars? Well, I did now. Kevin, God damn it, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides, Alvaro Villamontes.
That wasn't even
Brian.
Just a fucking dickhead move. I saw the kid, came here to San Diego, caught up with Co. Maybe that'll be a catching up on what's new next week.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what you guys talked about.
We just drank beer and hang out.
Oh boy, 2 bases. What do they have to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, they go boom, 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 and then you go, oh shit,
we did
boom, 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 boom.
Ba-doom, doom, 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 doom. What's your favorite bass line?
Boom, 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 boom. Feel good, boom. I love that one, dude.
Yeah, it's like both of us like have,
I can't wait to hear you guys got up to doing.
Both of us have self-demoted ourselves to bass player.
Yeah.
You guys were both singer, songwriter, and guitarist, but now you're just bass player and backup vocals?
Wow.
You know what? Shut up. How about that? I got shit going on, pal.
Mel Chibson of Chibson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig. Denny Whacked It.
Oh, yeah.
Zach Hale.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Merrill from YouTube, Instagram, The Movie Podium Podcast. He's doing it all, baby.
He's moving and shaking.
Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop Podcast. Matthew Fenslaw, Matthew Davis, Chase Stevens, and Pete from Over There.
All right.
That is the list.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, I like it that Scott Hamilton, I think he's a Shane guy. He was hitting me up about the Kill Tony Shane
of
appearance.
Course.
And I'm like, oh, yeah. You can't help it. Shane's Shane Gillis.
He's going to be a star one day.
If he's not already one.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
I just like Scott hit me up. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. was fucking stoked. I'm like, I'm not a Kill Tony head, but I'm like, if there's a Shane clip, I'll check him out.
You'll jerk him out.
I'll dump him out.
I'll jerk it off to him.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get on.
All right, let's go. Come on, let's go.
See you next time. We love you. Bye-bye.